Yeah, what's poppin'? Today we're reacting to Julius Malema, and this one he destroys it's the title is destroying white jail in court. So if you don't know Julius Malema, he's one of the guys in South Africa who actually, when he talks about making a change, he means it, and he means it for real, for real. So let's check it out. Big fan of Julius Malema. Big fan.
That South Africa belongs to all deliverers and that white people are visitors.
You arrived here as settlers in 1652. It's a historical fact. And you were using South Africa as a refreshment station.
Oh my God. He came in swinging. It's not even yet like 30 seconds and it's like, oh my God. He's swinging like, guys, relax, we have a long way.
You were not here to settle. You were passing. Because of our Africanness and the spirit of Ubuntu, we have embraced you and we have shared our land with you. And we have accepted that you have naturalized in this country. But it doesn't change the fact that you came here as a visitor.
Let's clarify that.
Yes.
You accept that there are many people in South Africa, black and white, Indian colors, Chinese, who came to South Africa from another country at some point.
Not blacks. Not blacks. We came from one country called Africa.
So the guy was literally trying to say that, like, what Julius Malema is he was trying to tell me, like, South Africa is welcome for, like, foreign and everybody. And he's like, not everybody, because the fellow African countries migrated as one country, which is a continent that's called Africa. So he's not talking about those people, he's talking about people coming outside the continent.
And so the claim is that anyone who's on the continent of Africa belongs in South Africa, was not a visitor.
No. South Africa is Africa. We are one country called Africa. This South Africa you are talking about was imposed on us. So we didn't come from anywhere. Speak for yourself. We didn't come from anywhere. There's no African who came from anywhere. We came from here.
That's so true. Like, that's so true. Like, what he's trying to say is we are all in Africa. So where did we come from? We're literally one. Like, we were all living here. Because we got colonized, that's why it's divided into countries. But we are just one people. We're just one.
I mean, my lord, I cannot come from the second bedroom in this house and then I find you in another bedroom in the same house, and then you say I came from somewhere. In the same house? I didn't come from somewhere. I was sleeping on the other side. We're here. So we are not visitors. We didn't come from anywhere. This is our continent.
So in other words, someone who was born in Egypt, Nigeria, Malawi, Botswana, Zimbabwe, none of those people are visitors in South Africa.
They belong here. It's their own. Where Nigerians, Ghanaians, Mozambicans, Zimbabweans, when they are here, they are at home. They should not even for a second doubt themselves.
Exactly. Every African country should be open for every African country to come through, because we are the people who is going to make us big. We are the people who are we need to help each other. Because of colonization, we're divided, you get me? So that's what he's saying, like, smart.
This is our home.
Let me ask you this, your party has recently engaged in a campaign where you've gone to restaurant owners and you're asking to produce lists of who works with them and to say you have a certain number of people who are not South Africans and a certain number of people who are South Africans, and we want you to change those numbers. Now, how do you reconcile what you just told us, which is that all people who are born in Africa are part of one house, but you want to say these people are different and they should be fired from the restaurants they work in. They should be replaced with real South Africans. How do you reconcile?
We've never said fired. So when you are in a court before my Lord, don't misrepresent facts.
There's one thing about Julius Malema. You're not going to outsmart him. If you're coming, you better come with facts. Because he actually remembers a lot of things he says. So, like, he will come swinging at you.
Nowhere have we ever said fire anyone. So we shouldn't lie. Please. My Lord, before we go to the continent, here in South Africa, if you get a job or a tender to go and do a road in Soweto, you are required to hire 30% or so of locals of Soweto. Yet you are a South African of Soweto.
Right.
You are required to subcontract a certain percentage of people from Soweto. So because the locals at that space should not feel excluded. They should embrace the project. They should feel they must welcome the project and they must protect it.
Basically, if you employ more people from the local or the particular city or town, it helps for security also, because you give employment to people and they will take care of it because they're there. They are not coming from other places, so they would actually be there to help take care of the place well.
As their own. Now, what the white ownership does to our people, my Lord, is that they hire our brothers and African brothers and sisters who are not locals to the exclusion of locals so that they can ignite the xenophobic war amongst our people.
Right.
They want to thrive, which is what made you survive. Divide and rule. You are dividing us by hiring some of us. I'm a South African. If I were to go and open a restaurant in KwaZulu-Natal and I come with everybody from Limpopo, the people of KwaZulu-Natal, they will not feel like this.
Oh my God, this man is so smart. I've just, his examples are just on point. I'm like, how the hell did he even think about it on the spot? He literally said, if you're in your own town right now and somebody comes to open a restaurant, and instead of employing people from the town, they go and bring people from another town to come and work in that town. How would the people of the town feel? In the moment, they'll be okay, but it will get to a time, it'll be like, why? Aren't we good enough to work? Aren't we the people, because we come to purchase, so we have the right to work here too,
This restaurant belongs to them. They will not feel a need to defend it because I just impose people from the other side to them. They need to be involved for them to know that this belongs to them. But it doesn't make the Limpopo people less South African or less home.
Exactly.
Because I said you must be mixed with the people from KZN since our project is in KZN. It doesn't make it lesser home because I said so.
Exactly.
No, I am saying the unity of Africa must start from the shop floor. Zimbabwean, Mozambican, Nigerian, South Africans, come, let's work together on the same floor. Mozambican, Zimbabwean, let's go to school together. Let's grow up together and know each other so that by the time we defeat these colonial borders, we already have embraced each other. We don't start from scratch.
So yes, what he's saying is really right. He's saying even though we're still in the borderlines and we're still what do you say? We still have to take visas or maybe go through a lot to even visit our neighboring countries. The fact that if we find ourselves together, be it going to school, be it living in the same area or visiting each other's country, we should start doing that because it will help bond us before we would be able, before if we're able to defeat the colonial, people would be able to after the borders are removed, people in Africa could be one. but it won't be new because we already know each other.
That's what we're doing. It's in line with what we're saying. We're saying Africa is one, and let one Africa be seen at Cream Restaurant. We're not going to allow the bosses to divide our people by excluding others. So if there is a shop, my lord, that says here we don't hire Zimbabweans, I will go there and fight with them and say, why would you say that? Why do you classify our people and want to isolate them? It will be a wrong practice. So we are starting, and which is what is offensive. You want to exclude South Africans with African brothers and sisters so they can fight amongst themselves and they remain divided. We are saying no, come together, work together so that the unity starts at the shop floor. You are not happy with that.
Let me put to you what you said. So, in other words, your party goes to Cream Restaurant and says, we've looked at your books and you employ, let's say, 25 people who are not South African and 5 people who are South African. We think you should reverse those numbers the next time we come back in 2 weeks. Now, what would it entail? You said, I'm putting words in your mouth about firing. What would it entail to reverse those numbers?
But I didn't do that. I didn't go to Cream and say, these are the numbers, and then when I come back in 2 weeks, I want these numbers. No. I said to Cream, I want to look at the ratio of Cream and see if you guys are compliant. And you know, my lord, in all the restaurants I went, I found them compliant. I found both outside brothers and sisters.
So basically, what the whole summary of this particular small point is like, I think Julius Malema was trying to say the whites. I don't know if it's the white JAJI. White JAJI. I don't know if it's if they're saying a church, but he was trying to say. So is Julius Malema trying to say like, and they should impose where like, you know, you're supposed to hire like less foreign people and more, you know, and then now Julius Malema is explaining
from other countries and South Africans together on the shop floor. I never said that.
So yeah, he's saying that he didn't say it's like a percentage thing, but they should be both hired, not only foreigners, you know, like, but you understand them. Every smart person will know you don't have to hire a lot of foreigners over the locals. Do you get me?
You see, you rely on non-existing sources, because I can ask my Lord here that you lead the evidence of me saying that. Read something, because you utter such words to mislead the public. But I know for a fact, my Lord, he can't produce anything to back up what he's saying. And he deliberately says it so that it can spread wrongly in society.
There's a wonderful that will be procured. Now that seems to be embracing free markets.
No. You can't say that is embracing free markets. Under a communist or a socialist state, there's still an opportunity to develop the productive forces. You have a responsibility to grow your economy. And we know that we exist in a globe today. And for any economy, for it to survive, you require the like-minded forces, even if they are not found in your country, to come and work with you to develop the productive forces. Let's take, for instance, Cuba. What makes Cuba a free market state if it takes a decision to trade with a communist China? How is that free market? Because the two communist economies are working together to develop their own productive forces.
So let's try and clarify what your idea is. When you say you want to live in the environment, if communist countries trade with each other, in other words, the state owns resources of the one country, the state owns resources of the other,
yes,
they should be free to trade goods between each other.
They will work together to make sure that they grow the economy of their own countries. Now, so in a socialist communist state, there is no preoccupation with the so-called trade. Because in a capitalist society, that's what preoccupies your mouth. You're obsessed with trade, you're obsessed with profit. So in this context, we are obsessed with development of productive forces for the benefit of all. So trade encourages individualism, where individuals will have to thrive even above the state they belong to. We don't subscribe to that. We subscribe for the common good for all.
Right.
Let's talk about that. So, from what I understand, the nature of communism, the nature of the manifesto is to say that the state must be the ultimate authority.
Yes.
And the state must be the ultimate custodian. Now, is it of just land or of other property as well?
No, land. We own land. Yes, and that which is on top of the land belongs to you. But for you to develop that on top of our land, you will have to come and explain that here I want to open an industry. And then we'll say to you, you cannot open an industry here because this is an agricultural land for security, for food security. We think there are areas that are allocated for such purpose and then relocate you to an appropriate place for what you want to do. That belongs to you. It doesn't belong.
He just said like that's something really smart. He's just said, look, we own the land, but what you build on the land is for you. You don't own the land. So when you are coming to build something, you are supposed to come and seek. Not because you were able to find a way to get the land. You're supposed to go and seek because probably the land could be for agriculture, but and for food protection, we would need that land. And we'll be able to advise you to go get like a better land which is more suitable for what you're, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Belong to the state, but the state ownership of the land then gives our people an opportunity to equally participate in the economy of South Africa.
Wow. It's been a while. I actually got educated and really like loved watching. Like this was so much like educational and really mind blowing. Like Julius Malema is so smart. It's just amazing how he can come up with examples on the like. But anyway, yeah, this is I'm saying, I don't know the word destroying, but I'll just say educate. You understand? He was educating a guy. So yeah, shout out to Julius Malema. Shout out to everybody in SA. Shout out to everybody in Africa. We'll catch you soon. We'll catch you on the next one. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon.